The moment I got off the train from Brussels, this was like the very first thing I saw. This is the interior of Antwerp train station, and this train station is considered to be one of the most beautiful train stations in the world. And I can actually see that. I mean, I haven't been everywhere, but this train station is definitely one of the most beautiful train stations I've been to. I also think Gare du Nord in Paris and St. Pancras in London are also very beautiful, but this has to be number one because the interior just looks like a museum or some kind of palace. The exterior is just as beautiful, and I would say this train station is one of the main attractions in Antwerp. I saw some TikToks saying this is a really boring city, but I would say 1 minute in, I was already impressed by the train station. And one of the very first things I did was actually visit the Chocolate Museum. It's just opposite the train station. This museum is called Chocolate Nation. It shows you how chocolate is made through interactive displays. It has a couple of rooms that follow the cocoa bean journey from its raw state to Antwerp's cocoa pod to the production of chocolate to its finished state. In this museum, you also get to see the achievements of Belgian chocolate, the history behind some of the inventions, and the people behind it. I also got to learn more about the famous Belgian pralines, which I thought was really good to see in this museum. You also get a chance to try out different types of Belgian chocolate. You also get this show where you sit on the dining table and you have to watch what's going on the table. The museum is open 7 days a week, but the opening hours vary. The prices depend on age. The standard ticket for adults is around 20 euros, but check out their website for the latest details. Oh, and apparently this is actually the biggest chocolate museum in Belgium. As for the architecture around the city centre, it's really something I didn't expect. I've actually seen a lot of people online claim that Ghent or Bruges are the most beautiful cities in Belgium. So I didn't expect Antwerp to be just as beautiful. But in my humble opinion, I think Antwerp actually looks better than both Bruges and Ghent. This is Headstein. It's a fortress, and apparently it's actually the oldest building in the city. I came near it when I was going to a restaurant. This restaurant is just right near this building. It's called the Bomber. This is where I got some lunch. So this restaurant, it serves traditional Flemish or Belgian comfort food. And for starters, I got some shrimp croquettes. It was my first time trying these croquettes, and I actually didn't like them. I just don't like the texture inside. For the mains, my travel partner got some mussels with fries. And mussels with fries is actually one of Belgium's national dishes. I ordered some steak and fries. Well, fries were invented in Belgium, so this is a national dish too. The steak and fries were excellent. I would definitely go to this restaurant again. And the mussels were also good. They have a lot of other cuisines as well in Antwerp, which is always great, especially if you don't like the local food. As I was exploring, I came across this Minerva statue. It's the Roman goddess of wisdom and art. It stands near the Scheldt River. I'm not exactly sure what this statue symbolizes for Antwerp, but if anybody knows, please let me know in the comments down below. And from where the statue is located, you also get a very good view of the Cathedral of Our Lady's Tower and, of course, the River Scheldt. The Scheldt River is the lifeline of Antwerp. It connects the city to the North Sea, making the port of Antwerp one of Europe's most important ports. Because the port sits deep inland, ships can sail straight into the heart of Belgium, and this makes Antwerp a major gateway for global trade. Basically, the port handles huge amounts of cargo and it plays a massive role in the European economy. You can actually visit parts of the port. You could do boat tours to go around the industrial zone. You could also visit the port house and the MAS museum. Unfortunately, I only planned out a day for Antwerp because I was coming from Brussels. So I didn't have enough time to actually cover a lot of things. I don't know why, I just thought, there isn't that much to do based on the online reviews. But clearly I missed out a lot. But even though I missed out a lot, I still enjoyed the city because, the architecture is just so beautiful. This is the Grand Place. It reminds me a lot of the square in Brussels. But I think the square in Brussels looks just a lot more expensive though, because it's got all of that gold around it. On the square, you can also find the Brabo Fountain. Apparently, it tells the legend of Silvius Brabo, a Roman soldier who defeated a giant. This giant used to demand tolls from people who were crossing the river Scheldt, and he would cut off the hand of anybody who refused to pay. And so Brabo killed the giant, cut off his hand, and he threw it into the river. This city has a lot of Roman themes, and when I actually checked online, it said it was partially a Roman city. I don't exactly know what that means, if it's partially or fully a Roman city, but if anybody knows, please let me know in the comments down below. Near the Grand Place, I also came across this cute statue called Nello and Pastrach. It's about an orphan boy and his dog. It's just right outside the Our Lady Cathedral. The story behind it is quite sad though. Apparently, they spent the night in the cathedral because the doors were left open, and the next morning they were found frozen to death. This square where the Our Lady Cathedral and the Nello and Pastrach statue is located is called the Glove Square. And about the cathedral, this one, you just won't miss it if you're in Antwerp. If you're in the city centre, it just sticks out on so many angles. And apparently it took about 170 years to build this cathedral. As you go around town, you get to see some really cool stuff like the art on this building. I actually would like to know what is this building about. I just wasn't sure what it was. If anybody knows, let me know in the comments. As I was leaving the city centre, I heard those really loud church bells, and I decided to check out what that was all about. And I found out they were coming from around this church, the St. Charles Borromeo Church. It's just simply stunning. And when I visited, there was a video of people that passed in Palestine. I think they were calling out the names of some of the people. I'm not too sure though, since I don't really understand the language. And this church is what I came across. I'm not exactly sure about its name, but if anybody knows, please let me know in the comments down below. So yeah, Antwerp does have a lot of churches. If you have a lot of time, then of course you can go through most of them. I didn't have a lot of time, so I think I only got to see about 3 or 4, but they were all very beautiful. I also checked out their Chinatown. It's near the train station. It's actually pretty cool. It's got quite a few restaurants and some supermarkets. One of the best things about this city as well, it's its connections to a lot of the big cities. You can take a direct train to London and the journey is only like 3.5 hours. To Paris, it's only about 2 hours. And to a lot of the cities in the Netherlands, it would take you about maybe less than 3 hours. And of course, with Brussels, it only takes about 50 minutes. So if you want to travel around this region in Europe, then Antwerp is also a good option to start from, and then you can go around the other cities. And if you're bored with Antwerp as well, you can just easily go to the other cities. Personally, I don't think the city was boring. It had quite a few things to do. And I also planned it last minute because I was already in Brussels. So if I had more time, I'm sure I could have seen more of the city. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.